Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to an episode of the Big Al Podcast. I'm here, we live and direct. God bless for everybody. Tune in, like, share, and subscribe. Come and be a part, try to kick it in high gear with a little bit of NBA news and sports and some NFL notes. Now I want to get into one of the things that's going on, or one of the talks about NBA low ratings. It's not a surprise that the NBA low ratings is happening for the simple reason too many 3-point shots. Analytics suggests like you should take 3-point shots these many times, or if this guy takes these many threes and these guys take these many threes, or having a chance to win the game. I know analytics is part of any sport, but it's all about using common sense and old school fundamentals. And a lot of these 3-point shots to me is messing up some of these guys' careers. Let's take, for instance, Mike Conley. Mike Conley was told in Utah he needs to take more 3-point shots, which that is not his game. His game is post up, take it to the rack, and dish, pop and dish. He's one of those type of point guards. His game was already solidified. I think they took a lot of him out of Utah to play that role, which should never been played. You already had Donovan Mitchell. I think Cal Culver at the time, when the beginning, when they was rebuilding, doing another Utah rebuild after losing Gordon Hayward. And now we need to going back to the post again. Let's low post. Let's use the big guys like we normally used to do. And then two, you got the referees calling these damn fucking ticky-tack fouls. The flagrant fouls they call now were regular fouls back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s. And I understand you're trying to clean up the game and you're trying to make it fun entertainment because you want to keep attracting celebrities and kids of all kinds. But at the end of the day, you're tarnishing the sport. You're watering it down. The commissioner really needs to come down on referees calling these pissy ticky-tack fouls. It's BS. It's fucking the game up. It's killing the game. Most of all, the officiating is killing the games, especially in crucial games. It's making me wonder, like, do we got some Tim Donahue's in the house? Are they still trying to fix games? Or what the hell is they doing? We need to clean up this sport. And to me, basketball is like a cycle. Basketball life is like a cycle. It goes in full cycles. Now we're going back to the big man in the post-up game, which it should be. They need to get back to going back to the big man and starting to do that. So, and the NBA feel the low ratings maybe coming from more 3-point shots. And the big man, I don't know if it's arguably they're trying to make it a guard sport, but to me, and always going to be a big man. You work your offense through the big man, and then everything opens up back up. And then two, every guard or small forward, power forward, even center should not take 3-point shots. You should take high percentage shots because you're there to win games. And these ridiculous 3-pointers will cost coaches their job because it was like, well, we can't win, or then let's trade this guy off right here because he doesn't fit with the analytics of the 3-point shooting. Okay, let's take, for instance, the firing of Mike Brown, which was atrocious. He should have never been fired. Who do you blame for that? You blame management. And as I said on a episode that I recorded last week, they should have never got DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is a great player, going to be a Hall of Fame player, but he doesn't fit with the young guys unless he's taking a reduced role. Now you got Keegan Murray, his game that took a backslide. To me, he should be the second option on the team, even though you're starting Monk at the guard as well, and you put Hooter to the bench. You should have kept Monk coming off the bench. He's your spark. Have Keegan Murray as the second option, because for one, well, as the third option, because you got Sabonis like that point forward. Because for one, you added DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan game does not fit Sacramento. And uh, I think, I know that Sacramento's having buying remorse because, like, damn, we went in here and we traded some of our young pieces, then we got DeMar DeRozan thinking he will be a piece to the championship. No, you got to do like what Paul George is trying to do. Hey, take a back seat, take a back step, and let De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis work their thing. Let them do their thing, the 1-2 punch. Then you got to be like the fourth option because you can help those young guys. And it cost Mike Brown his job because you're 13 and 18. How can you get this veteran to come in and buy into your system? And this guy used to being the all-star. It's hard to do, and you're not Greg Popovich where you just go be like, hey, you're gonna do this role and that's gonna be it. No, it don't work that way. And Mike Brown took over Sacramento Kings, got them to the playoffs. They haven't been to the playoffs for God knows when, damn near, 15, 16, 17 years. You get them to the playoffs, and they did well. Lost against Golden State, but Golden State is a championship team, and you're building a culture in Sacramento. And for you to fire Mike Brown was the most dumbest move by the Sacramento organization. It could have been, they should have did it way better than what they did. You should have gave it some time, gave it to the All-Star break, and I'll guarantee things would have turned around because you got to have DeMarcus DeRozan take a back seat, or you go ahead and trade him. I think it's after so many months, then you go ahead and trade him, but then you got a big balloon contract that you're paying this guy. And I'm not taking nothing for DeMar DeRozan's game, but at the end of the day, you should have never traded. You should have kept the same roster and build Keegan Murray up. Let that be your small forward for the future because DeMar DeRozan only got so many years left to play at the high level that he's playing. And then you just, you're just playing. Then you're basically paying for a former All-Star in his twilight years. So whoever Sacramento get as their head coach, hope they buy into that. He coaches a system where, look, I got my two All-Stars here, and you need to sign De'Aaron Fox. Get it done. He's the cornerstone of your team. You got Domantas Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, cornerstone of your team. This should be a no-brainer. He should have already been signed. Come on now, let's get it together, Sacramento. And then for the viewers that watch the Miami and Houston game, which like, I'm not saying fighting should be incorporated into sports, but sports is a man's sport. Sports is a man's sport, and there's going to be some fighting and contact. In the way Amir threw down Tyler Hero, I just like how some of the guys came out from the Miami bench to defend him, which Tyler Hero didn't do a damn thing. He just had to step away. He's like, man, I ain't trying to get suspended. But I like how the Houston bench came, and Yume Doka, those guys came to defend those players. Like, we need plays like that, hard hitting. I'm not saying kill the person, but we need hard hitting physical play. You got to let the other players know. There's too many kumbaya, and maybe that's another reason why the NBA is going downhill, so to speak. There's still going to be a global factor in the sports, in the most popular sports of all sports, but you're going to have declining ratings if you don't have some type sort of entertainment. So Sunday with the Rockets, either Saturday or Sunday with the Rockets and Miami, the brawl they had, you want to see stuff like that. You want to see guys get nitty gritty, and plus Amir Thompson, the man, you see he's trying to prove something. Is he being a forcer? Because he's damn sure coming off the bench doing a hell of a job. It shows his twin brother, and in maybe a year or two, Amir Thompson probably will be the starting power forward. I like Jabari Smith, but he is not the starting power forward I want to see. I want to see Amir Thompson. He's working his way. That's why I like Yuka Doka. It's getting those guys to win. But I like the physical pound play that they did, even though he kind of threw Tyler Hero on his neck damn near. But boom, they got with it. Like guys clearing up It's a man's man. If you got to get suspended a couple games, it's cool. And hope the organization they pay for those fines because you need to be physical in a league that's not physical. Too many hugs and kisses that's going on instead of some real live ass kicking action and physical play. Because I come up from an era of the '90s where I was used to physical play. I was used to the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat beef. They go, hey, Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning going at it, just chippy plays, physical plays. We need to bring that back, especially in the playoff time. Your ratings will jump back up as long as you get some type of physical play and stop with the 3-point shots. Because like I said, it's just getting out of hand. Let's go back with more 2-pointers and work our way in the post. But again, I like the physicality with Amir Thompson and Tyler Hero. And then you had Nurkic. Oh man, like he went across old dude's head, and man, old dude bowed, jawed him Friday night with Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks. Good game. I just like, Nurkic trying to get a little physical. Went across dude's head, boom. Dude came with the foul, and Kyrie was like, damn, I didn't see that coming. PJ Washington step up. We need more of that hockey style, not try to kill him, but more physical, stand your ground play. We can't keep this watered down shit going on in the NBA. We need to let's do more better. Let's get it going on that aspect. And Draymond Green, like Draymond Green, and I'm gonna touch on him real quick. Then I'm gonna touch on him and Draymond Green and Buddy Hield. But Draymond Green himself is a guy you need on your team to hold players accountable. Every team needs that. You need that veteran to hold you accountable because you playing bullshit basketball. You need to be told that, even though you're making millions of dollars. But fundamentals and fundamentals. If you lose a game and it's a close game, it's understandable. Or you make a mistake here and there, that's what happens. But when you're making bullshit mistakes, sloppy passes, it's like, come on, man. You need to be held accountable for it. So segue into Golden State when they got the win over Phoenix by a point, and Buddy Hield's bad 3-point shooting. Again, 3-point. This 3-point shoot is like the and Golden State is used to jacking up threes, but you got to adjust to where the league is going. So if it's going from away from the 3-point, work on your 2-point and your mid range game. But Buddy Hield's been struggling of lately. But Buddy Hield did some bullshit pass. It was deflected. Got the ball back, gave it to Draymond Green. Draymond Green tried to shoot the 3, and it missed. And Draymond Green came down like, wake the fuck up. What are you doing? If you can't wake up, sit the fuck down. And that's what you should call out your teammates when they're playing bullshit basketball. We need to get back to that. And he called out Buddy Hield about his bullshit game. Even Steph Curry kind of looked at him a previous game like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You're part of a championship team, part of a championship legacy. I don't think much about Steve Kerr's coaching. Never been a fan of his coaching because I don't think he could coach big man, and that's just my opinion. I'm not a real fan of his coaching, but he got Kuminga that's coming off the bench. He hit for 34 in the game where Draymond Green called out Buddy Hield. And he called out Andrew Wiggins as well because Andrew Wiggins is struggling. And Andrew Wiggins to me is one of the most talented small forwards in the game. He back with Minnesota and going to like Golden State, he made the game look so easy. I just don't know if he doesn't just fit into the rotation no more, or there's personal things going on. I know he has some stuff going back a couple years ago, like after they won the NBA Finals, when they went back to the finals and won the championship. But to each his own. Like some say is his woman and whatever. But that's not my vice. But I think in the long run, Golden State should go ahead and trade Buddy Hield and Wiggins and send them off in a package deal. It'll work for the team and go to a retool mode. You got still could play at a high level 1 or 2 more years. Draymond Green, he's that guy that's gonna be the facilitator. He know how to facilitate. But it's good to see Draymond Green getting on Buddy Hield. He did on TV, and I'm pretty sure he tried to do that with Jordan Poole, but Jordan Poole was full of himself, and he got the shit knocked out of him. Now Jordan Poole is playing with the Wizards in the best and got all that money, and I'm pretty sure Draymond Green probably seen like this guy's trash ass. And when you going against Draymond Green, you better be able to back your words up. And Buddy Hield did have a response. It wasn't like no beef issues. I think he respect uh, Draymond Green's opinion because he was playing like shit. If you play like shit, you're gonna get treated like shit, and as you should. That's how the game should go. I I, I like that. It's about being held accountable for your poor play into the game. It's bullshit. And then we got my boy Anthony Edwards getting fined $100,000 for cussing. Got to see again, NBA. You got grown people watching the game. Why are you going to fine him when you have a 3 second delay when you can block the cuss word out? It's a man's game. We got to get back to that. You're making it this damn NBA kitty litter basketball. Adam Silver, come on, guy. Stop the shit. What you trying to do or what you trying to prove? You already threw your weight around with Kyrie when he had his opinion about how he felt towards certain ethnic groups, and then the man had to go, had to take steps to get back to the NBA. But then when you have another guy of another ethnicity say the N word or do something that's racial not good, hey, I don't see him donating to the Black Panther Party, which it don't exist. But if it did, I'll see him donate to that, and I sure don't see him donate to any other black charities. So, Adam Silver, why is you doing the brothers like this? It's a man's game. If you want to cuss, he should cuss. It's the same thing with Draymond Green. All this guy is doing is pumping his teammates up. And you should be able to do it in the locker room and on television because you just show them, like, let's get pumped up. And your team just coming from the Western Conference Finals, and it's a struggle right now because of Julius Randle, which Anthony Edwards is used to playing with Cat. So come on, man. Let's eliminate all these ticky tack fines. I can see if he's saying like, bitch, fuck you and this and that, then yeah, let's stop. But if you're just saying shit, motherfucker, that's the way to do it. Come on now, let's get away from that shit. Come on now. And then we'll get into some of that some NFL news. Now, as you know, they went ahead and benched Kirk Cousins, and they put in that rookie quarterback, Penix, which already knew like this guy was something special. And I think Raheem wanted him to play from the get go, but when you're paying all that money to Kirk Cousins with management, what you're gonna do? You're gonna play him. So the game against Washington, Penix and Jalen Daniels, two future quarterbacks of the future. You see what they could do. I see a left-hander in Penix. They could be like the next Terry Bradshaw, but way athletic and way better. This guy's got a bright future ahead of him. I like what I've seen just for clock management with Atlanta. Could have been better, but he did a hell of a job for him to in a big game moment. Even though they took a loss, he had some good plays, smart plays. He's a rookie, and for him to be on that big stage, he showed like I belong in the league. And more reps he get, and I hope that they make the playoffs. They still got Tampa Bay, still has the lead, but if they could win their last game, I think they could get the last slot in the they could no matter of fact they could win in the division. That is, so let's just see how it plays out. And we already we already know the in the NFC we got the first seed is up for grabs. Minnesota, they beat my team Green Bay 27-25. It was a close game. Ah man, I was hoping that we win that game, but we still have some injuries. We came back 27-10 or 24-10 or something like that down to make a comeback. So that was pretty good, but we still got to get better. Green Bay, we need to get better, especially uh, protecting the ball when we're running the ball. And when the defense, some guys on the defense, when they get healthy, and if we have a healthy roster come playoff time, I believe we can make some noise and we could beat anybody in the NFL. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Packers fan. I'm saying that because I believe it. I believe we could beat any team in the NFL. Uh, that's just me, and that's where I'm going on. Then we have Chargers. They set up their spot by beating the Patriots. Los Angeles Chargers, don't sleep on the Chargers. Everybody got Kansas picked. And the reason I'm getting on the topic of the Los Angeles Chargers and their win over the Patriots 40-7 is that they clinched the playoff berth. To me, Jim Harbaugh, you got to put him up there as one of the coaches you want on your pro team. And him having just a Herbert and him cleaning the house and having young guys in them. And I don't think nobody even expect this from the Chargers. I didn't expect anything from them, but they kept the same defense. They just retooled the offense. They got rid of players, two key wide receivers and a running back. Instead of saying, if I can't win with you now, I probably can't win with you later. And they had a couple years under Staley to get it done, which he should have been fired a long time ago. And they couldn't get it done. Jim Harbaugh came in. Hey, he cleaned house, swept them on out, said, okay, now we got the guys that we want. I got the guys I wanted to bring in. And man, at the first it was a little struggle, and then he started winning because once you get on the same page as Justin Herbert, sky's the limit. But then we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Uh, I'm just saying, talk about some key games. Philadelphia beating Dallas. Not a key game, but it's a key game in the sense that uh, Philly and Saquon could beat the rushing all-time record by going 101 yards to beat Eric Dickerson's record. And this is my opinion on what they should do. Me, I wouldn't care about the record because in reality, who the hell talks about Ernest Dickerson? Nobody. With Saquon and Ernie Dixon and the rushing yards, I just think you set them out. Like I said, nobody is checking for that rushing record. Like nobody even talk about Dickerson, but he doesn't want the record to be broken because that's something that he hold on to, sort of like with Kareem. But if I'm Philadelphia and if I'm Saquon, like man, I'm gonna sit this one out, get ready for the playoffs, and try to get the championship ring, get this banner because right now Philly they're clicking on all cylinders, even though Jalen's out with the rib injury, but I'm pretty sure he'd be ready for playoff time. Saquon, I just if I can't get the rush, if I can't get the yardage in the first half, hey, send me out, coach. I wanna be out so that way I can get ready for the playoffs because not only you got Minnesota, you got Detroit, so it's kind of a then you got Minnesota. Minnesota's on fire. So I'm there. I'm gonna take the smart move, and I'm going to sit and get my body ready for the playoff deals. Want to touch on that? Want to touch on is this the end of an era for Aaron Rodgers? Is that old saying my dad used to say and my granddad sometimes it's not greener on the other side of the fence. Now, Aaron Rodgers was upset that Green Bay drafted another quarterback. And which they did was right because he wanted them to draft weapons for him. But look, this is the Aaron Rodgers we would have got without him tearing his Achilles. Because I mean, you got us one Super Bowl, and we could never get back. It was NFC Championship game, NFC Championship games. You got so if you want to be named as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, you can't be on the Tom Brady's level, Terry Bradshaw's level, or Patrick Mahomes' level. You only won one. They've been to several NFC Championship games, but in the NFL, you're rated off championships, especially at the quarterback. You could be one of the best postseason quarterbacks, but you rated as being champion, and that's that. But back to it, they struggled against the Bills. He had a horrible game through 2 or 3 interceptions. And when he was on the sideline, he wanted the young Tyrod to go in. So it basically lets me know that he's reevaluating to come back next year. To me, you know, go ahead and retire. You put up some good numbers in Green Bay. As a Green Bay fan, we appreciated and loved you, but you turned your back on us. You wanted to go, and you got the players you wanted, and you came back this year, and when you tear your Achilles at the age of 40 something, it's hard to come back from. It's not an easy. It's not easy to come back from that. It ain't easy to come back from it when you're young. So let it know when you're older and in your 40s trying to come back. It just didn't work. It didn't work out for him. Plain as simple as that. Could have did way better. Could have stayed in Green Bay and got you a chip there. But it's all good. We'll welcome you back. You could be on the sideline and you could be the cheerleader for Jordan Love. We're saying to retire a Green Bay Packer because that's where you came from. You see what happened with Brett Favre. He left. He did okay with the Jets. Went to Minnesota. Went to the NFC Championship game and lost. They try to say the Cardinals did the dirty play, but I doubt that. They just beat them straight up. And with Aaron Rodgers, I think his mind is not really on football anymore, just on something totally different now. So, best to you. But that's some of the news and notes. Just want to get on, holler at you guys. It's your boy Big Al signing off. Like, subscribe, share, comment. And if you want to come on and talk about some sports with me, hit me up. I'll give you a link to the app. Holler at your boy.